Once again, welcome to another episode of Gran Turismo 7. We are once again doing time trial, and today we are driving the Nissan Skyline R34 GTR V-SPEC. As usual, let me know what you guys think of the track, of the car, and all the modifications, the specs that the car has. And last but not least, let me know what you think of my driving. Without any further ado, we're gonna get right into the race. We're gonna do a minimum of 2 laps with the R34 GTR. It is fully modified, fully spec. There is no engine swap that has been done to the car. That can still happen, but so far I haven't done any engine swap. But the car is fully modified as far as a production car can go. There is another step when it comes to modification, and that is a race modification where you change the entire aesthetic of the car inside and out. But for now, it has been modified to the most that it can be modified to. Without any further ado, let's get right into the race. Now, just for the record, this is not a supercar. It is not an hypercar. But with the current modifications that has been done to the car, you might as well call it that. when it comes to reliability and having a car that can race in high-speed races in this game, the R34 GTR is one of those cars. Modifying this car correctly will definitely save you a lot of time in modifying a multiple of cars in this game. The R34 is one of those cars that is good on the stretch and is good on the corner. This car sits on the corner. It is fully turbocharged as much as the game will allow. I'm currently using race tires super soft. In order for you to get these corners at the fastest speed as you can, the car has to have weight reduction. Otherwise, having too much weight on the car will create a high amount of drag on the car. We are going to lap right there, so we'll need to catch up on that time. Here on the back stretch, let's see if we can get the car to at least 230. All right, 230, 232. First lap, 6:53. Let's see if we can top that. As you can see, that car that is currently in front of me, that is my previous lap. So we're going just a little bit slower than before, not to try to catch up. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the way this car sits, this car sits on the track like a magnet. Now, of course, you have to have good brakes because this car is going very fast. Oh! So it's slightly slower than the previous one. There is a list of cars that you definitely want to have in this game, and this is definitely one of them. now we can definitely say that this lap should be faster. Well, there you have it. That is the R34 Skyline GTR. This is the V-SPEC or GTR V. I wouldn't recommend trying to go this speed if you haven't had some kind of experience or practice. But there you have it. So as you can see on the car, I've added a white body kit to it. The more natural looking white body kit. Looks like it comes like that straight from the factory. But as you can see, there's a few hinges being pulled out on the front and the rear. I've also had it just a little bit of height on that rear wing, because the one that comes on the car is just a little bit lower. Switch to the dashboard for a little bit. As you can see right on the clock, this car is going up to 200. Not just on the stretch, but on the corners. It keeps on climbing. Once you press on the gas, it's going. And there you go, you can actively see the driver shift into gear. That is a good look right there. I just love the look where you can see all the clocks are moving. He's actively shifting through the gears. So there are basically three things that you need for you to be able to have such a good video, a good picture like this. Is you obviously need a good track, and the Nürburgring is one of the best track that you can choose to drive a car if you're trying to get everything from it. Because it has all the twists and turns that you need, including the stretch, the ups and downs. It has it all. And the next thing that you need is a car that can sit on the track and go as fast as possible. Added with those, the only other thing that you need is a driver that can drive the car and keep it on the track. And that's where I come in. just gotta love the way everything is responding on the dashboard. And when you change back to this view, everything is so interactive. I just love the way he's changing the gears and he's going through all the motion. And as you can see, it's going pretty fast. So the R34 GTR is one of those cars that the appraisal is now over 400 to 500,000, not just in the game, but in actual life. So this is one of those cars that is something that you want to own, and you want to hold on to it. A little bit off the track right there, but I try to make up for it on the second lap. So throughout the time trials, I always want to do at least 2 laps, because on the first lap it tends to be just a little bit slower, and then on the second lap, even if it also helps if you haven't driven the track in a period of time. The first lap kind of gets you acclimated once again to the track, to the corners and the twists and turns that the track has. So by the time the second lap comes around, it should at least be warmed up by then. Here we go on the back stretch. The needle can't even go anymore. It's over 200 right now. I just love to see the interactiveness of the actual driver in the car going through all the shifting and changing the gear. There we go, into the second and final lap. You can just hear that whistling sound. Once the car starts to open up, you know that that's the turbocharge kicking in. I just love that interactiveness. Just seeing him go through all the gears. Once you start hearing that whistling sound, you know it's a turbocharged kicking in. So one of the beautiful things about these cars as well is that the amount of modifications that you can do to the car in terms of not just the aesthetics but in terms of the internal. For most manufactured vehicles, there is a limited amount of modifications that you can do to the car. But cars like this, the R34 GTR, you can do a vast amount of modifications to the internals, to the engine, and it's very satisfying. There's just something about wanting to see all the gears as he's driving, just shifting back and forth. And so when I'm driving, even when I'm going into those tight, twisty corners, I am still going full speed. So I am really happy with this modification because the brakes is good, so even if I'm going over 100 into these tight, twisty corners, I can still effectively stay on the track and go around these corners with this particular car. Not just this car, but the current modification that the car is in. I like to see the dashboard driving, but I also like to see the car engaged in the track as well. And trust me, it takes a lot to stay on the track like that, especially with a car going this fast. We are now coming up to the back stretch. This is the second to last turn. driving a car this fast, you definitely have to pay attention. From time to time, the car may skid and get out of control. So there you have it. R34 Skyline GTR. I will have the R35 coming up, as well as the R33 and the R32 as well. And that among or including the rest of the Japanese lineup of all the classic cars that everybody simply wants. Well, thanks for joining me. If you are watching this during the replay of the video, still simply leave your comments and let me know what you guys think. And also don't forget to like the video. Let me know what you guys think of the track that I've chose to test run these cars on after the modification. Let me know what you think of the car choice and the modification that has been done to the car. And last but not least, let me know what you think of my driving. Leave your comments. That's where I wanted to go and check out what you guys think. Thanks once again for joining me. Goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.